Want to know how to get LinkedIn leads in a week or less? Well, that's what this video is all about. I'm super excited to tell you how you can make LinkedIn work for you, and often you can do it really, really fast. You might be able to generate leads in a day or 3 days or even a week. I've even helped my clients be able to get very high paying clients within a week's time on LinkedIn. So I want to walk you through how you can do this too. Now, very quickly, I'm not making any kind of income claims or any kind of guarantees, but I am going to show you the system and the secrets that I use in my business and that I teach my clients that help myself do this and help others do this as well. So let's dive in. The very first thing that you have to think about on LinkedIn to get it to work is you need to be able to generate leads before you outsource this. Okay. I have to say this because have you ever burned up money with marketing agencies on LinkedIn? Now they're making a ton of money with all these claims and promises that they make. But I will tell you this, I've worked with a lot of LinkedIn agencies, and I don't think I've ever generated business from them. I had to figure out how to generate business on my own, and then I hired VAs to help me implement this into my business and systemize it, which is what we will talk about. Okay, so the first thing is do it yourself. Learn how to generate leads on LinkedIn yourself. And if you've been on LinkedIn for any length of time, you've probably got money right now sitting there. You've probably got booked calls sitting there that you're not tapping into. So, how do you do this? The first thing I want you to think about is you have to really know what your end game is. So, what is your strategy? What is the strategy you're using on LinkedIn? See, if you're just throwing stuff out there, you're throwing out content, you're doing all kinds of stuff on LinkedIn, but there's no strategic approach in what you're doing, well, you are going to burn up time, energy, and maybe even money. So, what is your strategy? And a strategy is what are you trying to accomplish? What is that end goal that you are trying to accomplish on LinkedIn? And then you want to reverse engineer, and everything needs to be dialed in for that. See, if you want to, let's say, build your podcast, then that needs to be your end game, your end goal. And then what are the steps that you need to take to get people to either grow your podcast or get on your podcast or whatever it is you want to do? It doesn't matter if you're trying to get people to book on your calendar, then that has to become your end game. So, what is going to be the strategy and the steps that you are going to take people through, the actual tactics that people will go through so that you can get them to book on your calendar? Okay, so the first thing is if you have no clear strategy, you are dead in the water from the very beginning. So, you've got to get a strategy dialed in. And by the way, if I can help you do this, this is what I do all the time with clients. I don't just work on LinkedIn, I work on their entire marketing strategy and their entire business to help them really grow and scale. But it starts with a strategic approach. If you don't start here, you will not get the traction that you want. And here's the sad news about that, you will be missing out on big opportunities, more clients, and more money. So, what is the strategy? What's that end goal that you have? And then what are the tactics and the steps that you have to take to get people to that goal? So, that is step number one. All right, step number two is you've got to specialize on LinkedIn. So many people are trying to be everything to everyone. I look at profiles and I'll see that they have, 10 different titles. And I'm like, I don't even know how to help you. I don't even know, how to refer people to you. I don't even know how to be value to you on this platform. And so I will reach out to people and I would say, look, you've got 5 or 6 different things. What are you most focused on LinkedIn? How can I be a valuable connection for you when I don't even have a clue what you're trying to do on LinkedIn or who you're trying to find? So you've got to specialize. And this means dial in exactly the target audience that you're looking for. Know and understand their problems, their pains, their challenges, the things that they would want to hire you for. And then you want to show them how you have the solution or you are the solution to what it is they want. And so this has to be clear on your entire profile. Optimize that profile for these people, for these problems, for these pains. This is your headline, your banner, your testimonials, your content, everything that you're putting out there needs to support what your specialty is and who you are targeting. And if, again, you're all over the place, like if you are a generalist, if you're a leadership coach, well, guess what? How many hundreds of thousands of leadership coaches are there? If you're a business coach, how many hundreds of thousands of business coaches are there? That is not going to get you any traction. So you've got to specialize. You've got to get super, super clear on exactly who you want. And that needs to show up in your marketing. You want to strengthen that positioning on LinkedIn. And this alone can generate leads. Let me tell you a quick little story about a newer client that I'm working with, and we were just starting to build her audience on LinkedIn, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about. Once you optimize that profile, now you want to systematize how to get in front of these people and how to pull them into your ecosystem and potentially get them to book on your calendar. Okay. So this is step number 3, but I want to tell you a story about my client. So we optimized her profile for who she wanted, and she wanted high level CEOs, VPs, directors, people that were in high level executive positions. So, as I was showing her how to actually find these people on LinkedIn, we were looking at different profiles of people that could potentially be her ideal clients. Well, here's what happened. We looked at a particular profile. We were on a call together, and I was showing her how to do this. And we looked at a particular profile, and I said, this person, for example, he could be your ideal client. And guess what happened? He booked a call with her because he saw that she had viewed his profile. And then he went to say, who is this person? Why is she viewing my profile? Because LinkedIn shows you who views your profile. And so when he went and checked her out and he saw what she did, he booked a call immediately with her. So, this is the power of doing this in the right way, and you can generate leads almost immediately. You can generate leads from connecting with people. You can generate leads. There's so many ways to generate leads on LinkedIn, okay? But you've got to make sure that you've got the first 2 pieces in place. The first piece is strategy. What is the strategy? The second piece is specialize and optimize that profile and get that all dialed in. The third piece is you need a systematic approach to be able to not only pull people into your audience, but also to be very visible to them, to get visible to them so they see you, right? More eyeballs on you is going to help you get more reach, and it's going to mean that there's potential for you to actually get people to book on your calendar. Now, here's the thing. You need both an inbound and an outbound strategy to do this. And a lot of people miss this part. They put up content and it's sort of like they put it up and they pray. If I put this content up, these people will come. I was just having a conversation with a brilliant coach, amazing, a true expert, and he was telling me about everything he was doing on LinkedIn and about all the content he's putting out. And it was really great. It looked like he was doing really great things. But here was the big factor. I said to him, is your content booking people on your calendar? And he said, no. And I said, well, would you like to know how to do that? Because you booked on my calendar because of my content. So there's a strategy behind this. And a lot of people are missing little pieces on LinkedIn, and it's why they're not getting the traction. Okay. And so the third thing is you've got to have a system so that you can get people to book on your calendar. Now, the fourth piece, though, is socialization. You want to be social on LinkedIn. You want to have conversations with people. You want to engage on LinkedIn. It's about relationship building on LinkedIn. Now, yes, you can get LinkedIn leads in a week doing this or less, but here's what I love to teach people to do. Actually go out and look at who is in your audience, look at who you're already connected to. And there are 2 ways to leverage this. You can either work through the people you're connected to and see who they know that could be an ideal client for you or a lead for you, or you can look and see who could be great leads for you. And then you can actually reach out to them, have a conversation, share something with them that would be of value, that would move them down that buyer's journey or get them to want to book with you. Look, getting leads is easy. This is the easy part on LinkedIn, but a lot of people are just missing pieces. And so it's not working for them. LinkedIn is just a piece of what I do with my clients. It's the main platform we play on. I'm just going to be very transparent because I'm helping people get really high end clients. I'm helping them really build that expert influence brand and be seen as the influencer and the expert in their niche, in their industry, be seen as the best, get those opportunities coming to them. But if you don't have these fundamental pieces dialed in, the likelihood of that happening is very small. So, very quickly, one more time, the first step is you need a clear strategy. The second step is you need to specialize. You cannot get traction if you don't look like a specialist, if you don't look like the expert, and you look like everyone else on LinkedIn in the sea of noise, you won't get traction. The third step is you've got to have a system. You've got to have a systematic approach on LinkedIn so that you can not only get people into your ecosystem, get more visible, but then move them so that they will want to actually book a call or talk to you. And then number four is you've got to be social on LinkedIn. You've got to socialize. If you don't socialize and build relationships on LinkedIn, this is why it doesn't work so well to have agencies doing things for you. If you are really trying to build this outstanding brand, stand out as the only person who does what you do, be seen as the expert, elevate your authority and influence more buyers and influence more leads to follow you, to come into your ecosystem, to get on your email list, whatever that is. If you want to do those things, then you've got to get these foundational pieces in place first. And then you can actually ramp it up, rinse and repeat, and you can even layer on, and you can use LinkedIn in so many ways. By the way, if you want some help doing this, reach out to me, book a call at acarden.com. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know your thoughts. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, do that right now because I release new videos like this every single week. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.